Well, 4 Montana-filled semifinal games later, we finally narrowed down our final 4 teams that will compete for these. Laurel, the skies may be cloudy and the temperatures may be dropping, but there's no reason we can't have a whole lot of fun here tonight at MCPS Stadium as the Big Sky Eagles get ready to host the Flathead Braves. A little bit of early football, that's right, it's Big Sky Thursday nights. You guys played a major role in the playoffs. You guys were allowed so many pre-snap penalties. What's it like to sit in that north end zone?
Let me tell you something. It's awesome!
And of course, yours truly had to run the 40-yard dash to see if I meet the NFL standard, but with a 7:2:40 time, a calendar would have been a more appropriate timing tool than a stopwatch. Yeah, Ethan, I don't know if it's something we're bringing to Boise. I don't know if it's our luck, our energy, but second year in a row, Cat Grizz for the championship. There hasn't been a lot of information released by the university so far. However, the athletics department did release a brief statement this morning stating Brian Holsinger, the head coach of the Montana Lady Grizz, would be stepping away to take some personal time off. Take a lesson from Ryan and the crew, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be a record breaker too someday. Ryan, hit me up. Clearly, I need some lessons too. So I decided to set up shop right here in Karis Park to find Missoula's own Joey Chestnut. And this needs mustard. Here at the Five Valley Kennel Dog Show, you can meet dogs of all shapes and sizes, like my buddy Adler, the fastest boy St. Bernard on record. Well, today's the day the big weekend has all been building up to. 6,000 participants from all 50 states and 5 different countries have come here to participate in the Missoula Marathon. Well, they'll start right here in Frenchtown, run 26.2 miles, and end up right here at Higgins Avenue in downtown Missoula. Yours truly didn't even break a sweat. Fireworks lighting up the sky in Frenchtown on Sunday morning, signaling the beginning of the annual Missoula Marathon, a moment that runners from all around the world have been training for. Legacy runners that have participated in every run since the marathon started in 2007 will tell you it takes months of training, but it's also about having fun.
Don't overthink it. You know, unless you want to win it, don't overthink it. Just have fun with it.
At the 2-hour, 21-minute, 33-second mark, Missoula native Mark Mesmer crossed the finish line, securing his 5th win in the Missoula Marathon, just over a minute shy of breaking the marathon record.
This running community is so awesome. I know so many people along the course that know me and are cheering for me, and you know, you don't get that everywhere else. It's definitely a special place, and when you come across that bridge and it just, you know, erupts, that's a feeling unlike any other, for sure.
Words of advice coming from a 5-time marathon champ can be worth their weight in gold.
It's a mental game, especially at this distance. You know, the shorter stuff, that's one thing, but once you get to this distance, your mind starts to play tricks on you. It's telling you to stop, it wants you to shut down, and you just have to stay mentally tough.
Mesmer is dedicated to returning to Missoula for next year's marathon with high hopes of finally beating the record that stands at 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 27 seconds, set by Matthew Adams back in 2014. Every spring, you can find players for the Montana Grizzlies football team walking around UM's campus, encouraging people to add their name to the National Marrow Donor Program's registry.
The reason we're part of that organization is it's a legit chance to save somebody's life.
The Grizzlies don't just collect names, they add their own to the registry. For the majority of volunteers, it's a quick sign up and that's that. Which is why Grizz defensive lineman Sloan McPherson was surprised when he got the phone call saying he was a potential match for someone in need.
Not very many people get picked to do it, so I was kind of surprised. But just without a doubt in my mind, I knew I was going to do it.
McPherson received the call in July, just a month before fall training camp. A few weeks later, blood tests confirmed his stem cells could help a patient with life-threatening leukemia and sickle cell anemia. Donating would mean potentially sacrificing playing time as a player with less than 2 years of eligibility remaining. But that didn't matter.
When there's someone in need, if you can help them, you got to do it.
Just 6 days before Montana's kickoff game against Missouri State, McPherson flew to Boise for the stem cell donation process. 7 hours later, he was released from St. Luke's Hospital and flew back to Missoula the next day, unsure if he was going to be physically ready to compete.
I knew it was going to be tough to find time to do both, and I knew I had the potential of maybe missing the first game, so that kind of concerned me a little bit, but no, it was good. I knew that I wanted to do it no matter what.
And the fact that Sloan was willing to do that and potentially give up a game or games to you know, just anonymously help somebody, a stranger out, speaks volumes about who he is.
Saturday night came, and there McPherson was, running onto the field with his teammates. Eventually, he was subbed in to take some snaps in a game just 6 days after his donation.
I kind of had in the back of my mind I wasn't going to miss a chance to play in a game.
Just a football player, making his biggest impact hundreds of miles away from the gridiron. Competitive corgis clashed at the Missoula Fairgrounds Saturday afternoon for the Kentucky Derby hosted by Missoula Valley Corgis. Corgis from all over western Montana took to the post to show off their speed, spirit, and style. The fashion show didn't end with the dogs, but the owners too. First of all, the shirt is absolutely incredible. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, I had it custom made just for this event here. It's space corgis. They're corgis in spacesuits.
A fitting shirt for an out-of-this-world event, and style points matter. We kicked off the day with a corgi costume show. Despite some dirty moves from the competition, the fashion show was a major hit, featuring daring cowboys, beautiful butterflies, and even corgi pilots. But looking picture perfect is the easy part. Training for the big race is a different story.
We've been training every day this last week, going on hikes. We did waterworks, we Blue Mountain. We've been preparing. We're going to win the gold this time.
Around 40 corgis competed for the gold in the adult division, where there was no shortage of underdog stories and thrilling finishes. And they're off. Seems like there's a confrontation at the starting gate. Words being exchanged between a couple of pups. Might need to get an official in to break it up. And finally, we have a two-dog race. Could be looking at a photo finish. No, wait, Rowdy comes out of nowhere and flies past everybody. He's going to the championship. Well, just 11 short months ago, Grizz Nation flooded the city of Frisco, Texas to cheer on Montana in the FCS National Championship game. Shifting over to Missoula, Montana welcomes Western Carolina to Washington Grizzlies Stadium this Saturday. Folks, I assure you this is one of those games that Montana's had circled on their calendar for some time now, and I'll tell you why. And a lot can change in 40 years. Check out some of these stills. These are some photos from Montana State's last national championship win, and if you're not sure if these are from 1984, check out the facial hair. Not a beard in sight, just some stellar stashes from those champion Bobcats. The NFL draft is officially in the rearview mirror, and while nobody from Montana or Montana State heard their names called over the weekend, a number of Grizz and Bobcat players will have the chance to make NFL rosters as an undrafted free agent.